What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to a very, very, very special episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Why is it special? Because we've got history to talk about on this episode. It's episode number 805 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you solo dolo, hopefully to get your week started off on the right foot, to get it started off on the left foot, and then have you walking down that road to victory as our Philadelphia Eagles walk away with a Saturday evening football victory over the Washington Commanders and clinch the NFC East title back to back for the first time since 2003-2004. For reference, the last time the Birds clinched back-to-back division titles, I was in 4th grade. Pretty crazy. 4th and 5th grade for the kid. We're going to talk all about it because it's a super special thing. If you guys know me, flags fly forever, banners fly forever, and this is a special division clinching for the Birds. So we'll talk all about that. We will gear up for what's to come on the horizon for this Eagles football team as we'll go around the NFL. We'll talk some Phils as they have a massive bullpen shakeup since the last time we recorded. We will talk 76ers as I was at the game on Saturday. I missed the Eagles game, but it was for a good reason. Very fun experience at the Sixers game on Saturday. I'll talk all about that. And then we'll talk some Flyers as well to round out the program. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. It's imperative that you follow us because if you want to keep up to date with everything going on here at this company, following us at Underground PHI is the best place to do it, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're on every social platform, so please follow us. We're super close to 4,000 followers on Twitter. I would love to hit that sooner rather than later. I'm tired of seeing the 3. I want to see 4,000. I want to see 5,000. I want to see all the thousands. So keep following us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. You can follow me on Twitter if you choose to do so, challenge by choice, at KBIZZL311. KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the pod. All I want this holiday season is for you, and you to subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave me a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. It helps it reach new audiences and allows us to do more dope stuff with and for you guys as we gear up for the biggest year we have planned in this company's history in 2026. Okay, don't get it twisted. We just celebrated a Super Bowl last season. We've celebrated going to the World Series and going to the Super Bowl in the same season and the MLS Cup. But let me tell you, 2026 is going to be a special year here at Underground. So subscribe to the pod. It will help us continue to do more dope stuff with and for you guys as we gear up for the new year. We're on every podcast platform you can think of. So please subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and review. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. YouTube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Hear me out, everybody. We are at 1,177 subscribers as of this recording, which means we are 23 subscribers away from our next 100 subscriber milestone of 1,200. I would love to hit that before the ball drops on New Year's Eve. Okay? And more importantly, I would love to hit this next benchmark milestone that I was going through tonight as I was looking at some milestones for our YouTube channels that we are now in the process of growing. We are 53 subscribers away from doubling our entire subscriber count from 2024 here this year in 2025. I would love for 53 or more of you to subscribe before the ball drops on New Year's Eve. That way, we can mark down 2025 as our most successful year on YouTube to date because we ain't stopping. But 53 more of you, I need you to subscribe. 53 more. Be a friend, tell a friend. If you're subscribed to the pod already, tell a friend to subscribe. If you're that friend that just subscribed, tell the next friend to subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. And smash that bell icon so you know whenever new videos, live streams, shorts, clips are all available for your viewing pleasure. Like I said, 23 more subscribers until we reach our next 100 subscriber milestone. And 53 more to hit the all-ultimate goal of doubling our entire subscriber output from 2024 here in 2025. So if you want to help us make a little history here, subscribe. Also, congratulations to Patty Pitts. We had a milestone that we wanted to reach for the house show with Pat Pitts that has its own YouTube channel. We wanted to hit 50 subscribers on that channel before the end of the year. We hit that tonight as I record this on Sunday night. That was pretty sweet. So yeah, definitely subscribe. Go check out the house show with Pat Pitts. And we are 20 subscribers away now from the OTB college show happening in 2026. So if you want to see that with Deej, Hoots, and our new friend Jackie Knight, young Jackie Knight, go subscribe to youtube.com/@OTBLaxPod. Doing a little live editing there. So if you're watching and you see the date moving and changing, it's because I had it wrong, and life can be a little difficult sometimes, but that's the power and magic of live editing. But please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as you all know, now that I'm done rambling on that front, as you all know, this show is proudly presented by the City of Vineland. And listen, guys, the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar, it features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. And through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast.
Hello, I'm Mayor Anthony Fanucci. Vineland, New Jersey offers both a great business location and an outstanding quality of life. But don't just take my word for it, the experts agree. We're proud to be recognized as a premier food processing and logistics hub, one of New Jersey's most affordable and desirable cities, and one of the best places to retire in the country. Visit vinelandcity.org and see how our resources can work for you. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
Ladies and gentlemen, how we living? It is a Victory Monday episode. I know we celebrated Victory Sunday. We had Saturday football. We had Victory Sunday. But we're celebrating Victory Monday here on the pod. And there's no better way to kick off Victory Monday to celebrate an NFC East title, back-to-back NFC East champs, than with our good friends at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Maryland, Pittsburgh, and Delaware areas. You can also find Kenwood Beer at your local liquor stores in those markets. Again, use that Kenny Finder at kenwoodbeer.com to see who's got Kenwood Beer near you. Must be 21 or older to do so. And as always, guys, please drink and celebrate responsibly. It is a Victory Monday. The Philadelphia Eagles are your 2025 NFC East champions. and the first repeat NFC East champions since the 2003-2004 Philadelphia Eagles. We went over 20 years without a repeat NFC East champion until now. Feels great. This life sure is sweet, isn't it? In the era of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, 5 playoff appearances, 3 NFC East titles, 2 NFC conference titles, and a Super Bowl championship. Have never missed the playoffs under Nick Sirianni and with Jalen Hurts at the helm. Just continue to redefine what the standard of Philadelphia Eagles football should be for all of us, and yet some bozos called for Nick Sirianni to be fired. Some bozos called for Jalen Hurts to be benched. But here we are, once again, embarking on playoff football. And it feels good. It feels good. There have only been, I don't know. Let's see here. Playoff appearances. Playoff history for our Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have only missed the postseason in the history of this podcast one time, and it was the 2020 season. Which is so fitting because it was a weird year. It was a weird season. But every other year of this podcast's existence, playoff team. Pretty damn cool. I mean, there's so much to just expound upon with being back-to-back NFC East champions. And I know it's not conference title yet. It's just the division. But guess what? Football, it's the hardest thing to do, as evidenced by the NFC East. This NFC East title alone should have fans recognizing how difficult it is to win in the NFL. Because it took over 20 years for us to have back-to-back NFC East champions. The longest stretch in NFL history for a given division. That alone should tell you how difficult it is to win in the NFL. By the simple fact that it took over 20 years for us to have a repeat champion in the NFC East. The Eagles win 29-18, improved to 10-5 on the season with that win over the Commanders on Saturday down in Maryland. Jalen Hurts, 22 of 30, 185 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Vintage Saquon Barkley game, goes over 1,000 yards for the season. 21 carries, 132 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown leading the way in the receiving game, 9 receptions, 95 yards. Tank Bigsby scored his first touchdown as an Eagle. 37 yards on 4 carries, averaging 9.2 a clip. Devontae Smith, 6 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 3 catches, 32 yards and a touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 3 catches in this game. I mean, it was the quintessential, we have a task to accomplish, let's go accomplish it and get out of here as healthily as possible. Obviously, Nakobe Dean got banged up in this one. It seems like he's going to be okay, though. But a perfect way to clinch the division. The biggest takeaway, obviously, is Jake Elliott and the missed kicks. But I'm not going to dwell on Jake right now like some people are. Jake will figure things out. We have seen Jake go through these stretches. I'm not smashing the panic button right now. I'm a little hesitant. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not smashing the panic button when it comes to Jake Elliott. What I am doing is I'm celebrating an NFC East title. The Eagles did exactly what they had to do against Washington. Perfectly balanced offense. One of the best just looking overall performances. 300 85 total yards from the team, 207 rushing, 178 total net passing yards, 26 first downs, 4 of 9 on third down. Want to be a little bit better there, but nonetheless, you'll take it. 66 total plays, only 2 punts from the Eagles, only 5 penalties. And you bounce back. You started poorly with that fumble to lead off the game. Luckily, you held the Commanders to just a field goal there. You were 3 for 3 in the red zone, which was huge. This is exactly what you wanted to see from the Eagles in a clinching scenario. The first team in the NFL to clinch their division this season, mind you. And I mean, you put up 15 in the fourth quarter, and you had to deal with some extracurriculars on the field because the Commanders are a bunch of big-time babies and don't recognize that our kicker had missed 3 kicks, so we're going to go for 2 because right now our kicker don't got it. It's not running up the score, you fucking buffoons. It's called a smart approach to the game and recognizing, hey, we can go for 2 here and kind of just put this thing away, and also recognize that, like, our kicker hasn't had it all day. Let's give him a break to kind of just clear his head a little bit. I'm not mad about it. But the Commanders were mad about it. Tyler Steen went he went 1 man versus 6 or something like that. It was like 1 versus the entire team almost. He got ejected from the game. A couple of Commanders did, or at least one did. Javon Kinlaw being one of them. It was cool to see Jalen Hurts recognize that Tyler Steen had goofed. You know, they have a pretty good relationship. How long was Tyler Steen at Alabama? Obviously, they have that Alabama connection. Tyler Steen was drafted in 2022. Or 2023. So, did he play with Jalen at Alabama? No, he was at Vanderbilt. So, he didn't go to Alabama until 2022. Okay. Never mind. That whole take is null and void. But nonetheless, it shows Jalen Hurts doesn't want his guys to get thrown out of the game. He was pissed. He was walking and talking with Tyler Steen as he was ejected. And I think that showcases to a lot of people that Jalen Hurts is a vocal leader. Who would have thunk? Jalen was pulling guys out of that pile. Was fired up about the extracurriculars there, but I love that the Eagles are defending NFC East champions and now back-to-back NFC East champions. Jalen Phillips, an NFC or a division winner for the first time in his career. You look at this, Byron Young with a sack in this game, Brandon Graham another sack in this game, playing on that interior. He looks phenomenal. Cooper DeJean with the interception and one of the funniest, epic celebrations. The 5-knuckle shuffle celebration to honor John Cena. That was awesome. Jordan Davis was phenomenal in this game. 6 tackles. 4 solo. Zach Bond, 9 tackles in this game, 6 assisted. Adoree Jackson had a great game once again. And I mean, you held Washington to 220 total yards. 130 passing, 90 rushing. And I understand Josh Johnson came in the game and Mariota got injured. I don't care. Obviously, I want Marcus Mariota to be okay. You never want to see a guy get injured. I don't care who was playing actively in the game is my stance on that. You play who's in front of you, whether that's on your schedule or that is, whoever's on the field. And at that moment in time, Josh Johnson was on the field. It's pretty crazy. There was a tweet. I forget who put it out, so I apologize for not attributing the proper credit. Josh Johnson played against the Eagles for the first time in his career October 11th, 2009. He has faced off against Jalen Hurts and Donovan McNabb. He has played against Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Jeremiah Trotter Sr. He's thrown interceptions to Asante Samuel Sr. and Cooper DeJean. That guy is the ultimate journeyman. The biggest trivia question is naming every team that Josh Johnson has played for. Because I guarantee nobody, unless you're a certified sicko, can do it off the top of the dome. It's absurd how many teams he has played for. But I'm not like, oh, you were playing against Josh Johnson, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, man. You play who is in front of you on the field. You play who is opposite you on the field. And at that moment in time, it was Josh Johnson. Now, I do hate that, and I talked about this a little bit on the last episode. I do hate that this game didn't really have a lot of meaning, and it's this late in the season. Obviously, the NFL schedule makers did not see the epic collapse that the Commanders were poised to have by signing every elder statesman free agent and making their roster the oldest possible roster in the NFL, like I did so eloquently, like so many of you at home did so eloquently. But nonetheless, you want to see your divisional games have some flair and some spice, and obviously you got the fight on the field and everything, but at the end of the day, this was a game where the Commanders have already been eliminated from the postseason, and the Eagles are just trying to escape and not get anybody injured because the Commanders are going to go out there and try to do everything in their power to fuck things up for you. That's just what they do. That's what their organization is predicated on. They have been a dirty organization for years. That dates back to Trent Williams being on that team. But I'm glad, Nakobe Dean seems like he's going to be okay. And it seems like you got out relatively healthy. And now you have a Buffalo Bills team coming up on your schedule. And Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter seem like they are both poised to be back for that game, which is huge. Just overall for getting those guys back out on the field in playing mode. And, the 2 seed is still up for grabs. The Rams lost on Thursday night, so it makes things a lot more interesting when it comes to where the seeding is going to come in. And, we'll look at the playoff machine, obviously. We'll see where things are. And obviously the 49ers have to still play on Monday night. But the Eagles still have a relatively simple way to get to the 2 seed, if I'm not mistaken. It will all come down to Packers-Ravens. Not even, maybe. Where's the Eagles? Here we go. We're going to need... So, yeah, the Bears winning was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow there in terms of that all going down. But you still have a way to get to the 2 seed if you win and Chicago loses to the Lions. Yeah. So it would be determined in week 18 for the Eagles to get the 2 seed, but it's still there. And I mean, if the 1 seed ends up losing, then you have home field throughout, and that to me is important. But I love the resilience of this team. T-shirt and hat game. The guys were pumped. It was an awesome photo seeing Jalen Hurts, Brandon Graham, Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and Nick Sirianni all together in the locker room. That is, your brain trust right there. Seeing AJ and Coop together, like it was all good vibes in the locker room. And to me, that's just a representation to the fan base from this team that, like, this team's going to be all right. They're going to be okay. And I'm not all too worried about where things sit right now with the vibes, because the vibes seem to be back. the last 2 weeks, the offense has really hummed in a way that you've wanted to see it. And at the end of the day, if the offense is going to find its stride now with the way the defense has been playing all year, hello. So congratulations to the Birds, man. Tip of the cap for the shirt and hat game. We love to see it. We love to see the shirts and hats rolling out. And the tip of the cap here brought to you by our pals over at 47. Guys, you know me. I love 47 brand. The hats are second to none. I'm wearing my Super Bowl champions one right now. We're working on getting some custom Underground Sports Philadelphia hats made with 47 for the company. Maybe for the people in the future, but I just love repping 47 brand. They're the most comfortable headwear on the market. They have incredible apparel as well for your favorite sports teams, and it seems like they drop new capsules each and every week for your favorite teams, whether it's NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, WNBA, soccer, NASCAR, you name it. 47 brand has a style, has a design, and has the perfect match for your favorite sports fan in your life. Use our link in the description to shop with 47 and get free shipping on all orders when you join the 47 family, which is their version of a rewards program. You earn points for purchasing items, and those points can go towards free items when you rack up enough points. So use our link in the description, shop with 47, and get free shipping on all orders when you join the 47 family. And we thank 47 for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Let's, back to back, baby. Back to back. Let me see here. NFC East champions. Let's just go through the NFC East champions of future past, dating all the way back to 04. 03, 04 the last time. So starting in 2005, it was the New York Giants, then it was the Philadelphia Eagles, then the Dallas Cowboys, then the New York Giants, then the Dallas Cowboys, then it was the Philadelphia Eagles, then it was the New York Giants. In 2011, 2012, it was Washington, 2013, Philadelphia, 2014, Dallas, 2015, Washington, 2016, Dallas, 2017, Philadelphia, 2018, Dallas, 2019, Philly, 2020, Washington, 2021, Dallas, 2022, Philly, 2023, Dallas, 2024, Philly, and now 2025, Philadelphia. It had been so long since a repeat NFC East champion occurred that the Washington Commanders have had 3 separate team names since the last time there was a repeat champion. That's crazy to think about. Since the last time we had a repeat NFC East champion, 03-04, the Washington Commanders have gone through 3 separate name changes as a franchise. Think about that. That's absurd. That's how long it's been. Washington has had 3 different team names since the last time an NFC East champion repeated as division champion. Good grief. That's wild. That is wild. A lot of crazy stuff happened in the NFL this week. A lot of crazy stuff. Thursday night football, it all got started. Seahawks win in overtime 38-37 over the Los Angeles Rams, kind of carving their path to the 1 seed, pending Week 18 when they face the 49ers. Saturday, obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles win the division and take down the Commanders 29-18. The Bears in overtime walk-off winners against the Packers 22-16. Caleb Williams with the drive of his life to win that game. And then the Sunday slate, the Chargers double up the Cowboys 34-17. The Vikings survive the Giants 16-13. The Bengals absolutely bully the Dolphins 45-21. The Panthers hold on to beat the Bucs and pave their way to winning the NFC South 23-20. The Saints absolutely decimate the Jets 29-6. The Bills hold on to beat the Browns 23-20. The Titans, remember the Titans, get their third win of the year as they take down the Kansas City Chiefs 26-9. Gardner Minshew tore his ACL in that game. Best wishes to the former Eagles quarterback. The Jaguars take down the Broncos at Mile High 34-20. Trevor Lawrence was balling in that game. The Falcons win a game in Arizona 26-19 over the Cardinals. The Texans survive the Raiders 23-21. The Steelers in the craziest, most controversial game of the week. And we all thought that was going to be Thursday, but nonetheless, Sunday said, hold my Kenwood Beer. The Steelers 29, the Lions 24. The game ended on an offensive pass interference call against Amon-Ra St. Brown. Couldn't happen to a worse person. The Patriots on Sunday Night Football hold on and survive the Ravens in Baltimore 28-24 to clinch their spot in the postseason. And then Monday Night Football, big one, 49ers at Colts. Phillip Rivers back in the saddle. It's going to be a doozy of a matchup there. 49ers can potentially pave their way to the 1 seed with a win. The Colts need to win to keep their postseason hopes alive. A lot of crazy stuff in the NFL. And just looking at the standings right now, actually, let's go back to the playoff machine and look at the seedings. So right now the Broncos are in first in the AFC with a 12-3 record. The 2 seed, the Patriots. The 3 seed, the Jaguars. The 4 seed, the 9-6 Pittsburgh. Say that 10 times fast. The 4 seed, 9-6 Pittsburgh Steelers. 22 consecutive seasons for the Steelers without a losing record. That is incredible stuff. The 5 seed goes to the Chargers right now. The 6 seed, the Bills. The 7 seed, the Texans. And then the NFC. Right now, the 1 seed, the Seattle Seahawks at 12-3. The Bears are the 2 seed at 11-4. The Eagles are the 3 seed at 10-5. The Panthers, the 4 seed at 8-7. The 5 seed is the Rams at 11-4. The 49ers are the 6 seed, who, if it stays like that, they would come to Philadelphia in Wild Card Weekend. They are 10-4 and at the 6th seed before they play on Monday Night Football. If they do win, they would flip to the 5 seed. The 6th seed would become the Rams, and the Rams would come to Philadelphia, and that would absolutely suck. So go Colts. Go Colts. And the 7 seed right now, the Green Bay Packers. Pretty crazy right now. A lot of teams eliminated, obviously, from playoff contention. The playoffs are going to be zesty this year in the NFL. And you know what else is zesty, guys? You know what else is zesty? Our awesome pals over at Beano. We love Beano here at Underground Sports Philadelphia. It is the next big tabletop game for your man cave, your tailgates, your parties, your she sheds, whatever it may be. You break out the Beano board, you're going to be the talk of your event. It's paper football meets foosball for the next big tabletop flicking experience. You can get your custom-made boards. You can get their officially licensed Philadelphia Union boards. They've got officially licensed Premier League, Serie A, PSG, and so much more. Plus, they have their already built, ready-to-go boards that are absolutely sweet. You can customize them with different accessories, and they have awesome merch, too. Use our link in the description to shop with Beano. That way they know you're coming from us. And when you go to checkout, use code BeanoBennett62. That's code BeanoBennett62, and you get 10% off your next order from our friends at Beano. So again, use code BeanoBennett62 when you use our link in the description to shop with Beano, and you'll get 10% off your next order from our friends at Beano. And flick in style this holiday season with our friends at Beano. Let's move from the gridiron to the diamond. The Philadelphia Phillies have shaken up their bullpen in a big way. Starting earlier this week, they decided to trade fan favorite Matt Strahm to the Kansas City Royals. So he's back to the Royals in exchange for Jonathan Bolin in a essentially salary dump. Matt Strahm slated to make $7.5 million this year. And Jonathan Bolin is under contract through, like, I don't even know. I think it's like 2032. So he's going to be making like $760,000. Yeah, he's under team control through 2032. Signed a 1-year, $760,000 deal. He's 29 years old, former second-round pick, and just looking at his stats over the past couple of years, made his debut in 2023, where he pitched in just 2 games. Last year, his first full season in the majors, where he went 1-2 with a 3.86 ERA in 34 games played, and 44 and a third innings, gave up 19 earned runs, 6 home runs, 17 walks, a 1.218 whip. That's got to get fixed. A 3.97 FIP. That's got to get fixed. But he gets to work with Caleb Cotham, and that's a big deal, in my opinion, is when you bring in pitchers like that to work with Caleb Cotham. I'm going to miss Matt Strahm, okay? I know Matt Strahm had some moments in the postseason that were not ideal, but he also had some awesome moments. He's the reason we went to the NLCS in 2023. He closed out the series against the Braves. Matt Strahm had so many amazing moments in his time here in Philadelphia. He chose to sign here when he was a free agent, and he is a player that we all gravitated towards because he got it. He was one of those guys that understood Philadelphia. He understood the fans, entrenched himself in the community. His farewell letter that he put on social media was awesome. I'm going to pull it up here. Matt Strahm is the man. We came very close to like working out a way to get Matt on the show when he was here like a year or two ago. It just never came to fruition. But nonetheless, Matt Strahm he's the best. I'm going to miss him a lot. He was the quintessential Philadelphia Philly. He put out on social media to the Phillies fans, I can't begin to express what you've meant to me and my family over the last 3 years. I came to Philadelphia because of you. The atmosphere, the passion, the expectation to win. There's something truly special about this city and the mentality here. I wanted nothing more than to bring a World Series back to Philly, and I'm sorry I fell short of that goal. To my teammates, it was an honor to wear this uniform alongside you and compete every day with a group that truly cared about winning and about each other. Y'all have not only helped me grow as a player, but as a father and husband. I'll miss every single guy in that clubhouse. I've never experienced anything like it. To Newtown Edgemont Little League and to everyone in Newtown Square, thank you for welcoming my family with open arms and making Philadelphia feel like home from day one. To the Challenger Angels, there's nothing like a game at Gable Park. Thank you for making my time in Philly so memorable and for always cheering me on. Just as you supported me, I'll always be cheering for you. My family will miss those Sunday nights. Thank you for everything, Philly. You'll always be a special part of my journey. Signed, Matt Strahm. Matt Strahm was the best. I'm going to miss him a lot. I'm going to miss his runouts from the bullpen to Tim McGraw, honoring Tug McGraw. He was just a guy that understood Philadelphia, and he will be missed. He will be missed, that's for sure. And I wish him nothing but the best of luck in Kansas City, going back to where it all started for him. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss Matt Strahm a lot. It sucks. Baseball is the sport that will make you fall in love, but also rip your heart out all at the same time. Because as gutted as we were last year when the Philly season came to the abrupt end in the way that it did, and we were angry, we were upset, we were confused, we were annoyed, you also lose sight that that was the last time that version of the Phillies will take the field together. That's been the case, obviously, in this whole era of Phillies baseball since 2022. You know, we've gone through it with Rhys Hoskins leaving. We've gone through it with guys leaving over the years, and it sucks, you know, with Vierling and Nick Maton being traded when they were, Sir Anthony Dominguez being traded. Like, there were guys who you knew understood Philly and were like fan favorites for a lot of people, and were key parts to core memories of this run of Phillies baseball. And, you know, it's going to happen again with Nick Castellanos. It's going to gut me when Nick, moves on from Philadelphia. It's going to gut me. But it's one of those things that is just quintessential baseball. That baseball is the ultimate make you fall in love sport, but at the same time, rip your guts out and break your heart, because that's just how the sport works. That's how quickly things change, and it sucks. It's brutal, but at the end of the day, if you want to win a World Series, if you want to be a generational team, you've got to make changes, and unfortunately, Matt Strahm was one of those. There was a report out there that he allegedly clashed with Phillies coaches. I don't know how much I believe that, really. Obviously, I'm not on the inside, so I can't confirm nor deny, but like, I find that difficult to believe, especially just seeing Matt Strahm's overall demeanor and the type of player and person he is. I find it hard for him to have like disagreements with people, like especially in a working environment. I don't know, but best of luck to Matt Strahm. Jonathan Bolin comes back in the trade, and then on top of that, the Phillies acquired Kyle Backus from the Arizona Diamondbacks in exchange for minor league outfielder Avery Owusu Asiedu. Let's see if there's a pronunciation guide on Baseball Reference. Not that I can see, but I believe it is Avery Owusu Asiedu. Versatile outfielder, 22 years old, from Canada, drafted in the 9th round of the 2023 draft. He was in Clearwater. A lot of people thought he could be a breakout prospect this year. At the end of the day, a 22-year-old outfielder who is kind of log-jammed right now by the current makeup of the outfield with Adolis Garcia, with Brandon Marsh, with Justin Crawford, with whether it's Harrison Bader, whomever, it makes sense to make that trade. Kyle Backus, like I said, comes back in the deal. Backus debuted for the Diamondbacks this past season. He's 27 years old. 4.62 ERA across 32 appearances. Pitching on a bad team. The Diamondbacks were not good. And he was an undrafted free agent in 2021. He is the type of player that I'm intrigued to see work with Caleb Cotham. A guy who has kind of like had mid type of stats, hasn't really like found his stride yet. I think he is a prototype pitcher that Caleb Cotham loves to work with. And, you know, Jose Alvarado, the Phillies are banking on him returning to form after the suspension last year. Tanner Banks is obviously still in the bullpen. And, you know, now you have Backus coming in as a left-handed reliever, as kind of the replacement for Matt Strahm. And you've made some big moves. You signed Brad Keller, who we talked about on the last episode, coming in as a big-time swinging free agent move. You get Bolin in the Strahm trade. You get Backus here, a new look bullpen for the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's see if I can find the depth chart here for 2026 with the relievers. You have Alvarado, Kerkering, Tanner Banks. This is not correct at all. What are we doing here, ESPN? Let's see if I can get the Phillies website to work. Here we go. So I mean it's Taijuan Walker, Tanner Banks, Kerkering, Joan Duran, Jose Alvarado, Backus, Bolin, Keller, and who else am I forgetting? Bolin, Banks, Backus, Alvarado, Keller. I mean, Max Lazar still on the team. And you got to see what happens with Wheeler. JT Real Muto is obviously the big one right now. Figuring out where he slots in and getting him back signed. I think it would be a mistake to not bring him back. I've seen a lot of people talking about they've talked themselves into not bringing back JT Real Muto. I don't agree with that at all. This pitching staff needs JT Real Muto, the way that they pitch and the way that they continue to, rely on this pitching staff to carry them to the promised land. You need JT Real Muto holding it down behind the plate. And the way this lineup can be constructed now, JT can comfortably hit 7th in this lineup. You can go Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Adolis Garcia, Bohm, Marsh, JT, Stott, Justin Crawford. I don't hate that. I don't hate that lineup. JT makes this lineup so much deeper. And I think so many people are just quick to want to replace something without recognizing what it'll do long term. It's the same thing with Bohm. And I know a lot of people have their frustrations with Alec Bohm, but do we not remember how piss poor the hot corner was every time Alec Bohm was injured this year? Defensively in particular. It ruined the lineup for a good portion of the season. So I don't want people to lose sight on how important guys in this lineup are and how pivotal they will be and how much you will miss them if they are gone. But the Phillies make some major changes to the bullpen. Backus, Bolin, Keller, subtract Strahm. And we'll see what other moves are on the horizon now. I think JT has to be the next priority. The more Ranger Suarez is out there, the more I'm can they get a deal done? Even if it's on a short-term type thing. Like a 3-year deal maybe. That would be sweet. Because then that makes your rotation wildly elite, especially in the interim when Wheeler is still out. You can go Sanchez, you can go Luzardo, and you can go Ranger. Bang, bang, bang. I know it's lefty heavy, but then you still have Nola. Andrew Painter should be on this team. You still have Taijuan Walker if you need him in that role. I know it sounds crazy, but if the Phillies can re-sign Ranger Suarez as well as JT Real Muto, I'm okay rolling with an outfield of Adolis Garcia, Brandon Marsh, and Justin Crawford. Because I don't know, and Harrison Bader is such an interesting conundrum right now because it feels like the Phillies are priced out of him, but also the more that days go by, the more that he's out there, the more it feels like it's possible that a guy like Harrison Bader could return to the Phillies. And I know there's this notion of not running it back. Well, it doesn't feel like they're running it back right now. Kyle Schwarber was obviously a priority. You have to re-sign a guy like that. But The bullpen is getting massive shakeups right now. And you brought in a guy like Adolis Garcia. I don't know. It just feels like some of the guys that people want to see gone, they don't recognize the impact that they have and the impact that it'll have if they are gone. That's just me. That's just how I see it. I could be wrong, at the end of the day. I could be wrong how I'm assessing JT Realmuto, how I'm assessing Ranger Suarez, Harrison Bader, what have you, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's so much more value in those guys than just letting them walk for the sake of not running it back and trying to do something completely different when those players, I truly would like to question, who do you expect to replace the productivity for those players, whether it be offensively, defensively, or both? Where do you find the production for JT Realmuto behind the plate? Where do you find, the production of a Ranger Suarez in the rotation? Is it Andrew Painter? Who knows? How do you bevy through not having Zach Wheeler to potentially start the season, which is a very high possibility and likely thing to happen? How do you weather that storm? There's so many questions that you still have about this team, and I know, in the long-term point of view, it's still very early in the MLB offseason, relatively speaking. So, it's not the end of the world, oh, we haven't signed anybody, what are we going to do? No, you still have a lot of time, but, time is ticking, and it's one of those things that the more some of these players sit out on the free agent market, the more I'm like, can we just go get them? Can we go get these guys? John Middleton has talked about it being kind of like unlimited money in a way, where it's like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my trophy back. Let's see it, John. Let's see you go and get these guys. Because I think they're worth the price that it's going to take to get them at the end of the day. That's just how I feel about it. How do you guys feel about it? Leave me a voicemail at speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. Let me know how you're feeling about the Phillies offseason so far, what you think can happen, with the lineup, with the rotation, with free agents that are still pending. Do you want JT back? Do you want Ranger back? Do you want both back? Do you want Harrison Bader over one of those guys? What is your priority list right now for the Philadelphia Phillies? Leave me a voicemail. Speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. That voicemail line is open 24/7, 365. So leave me a voicemail. Turn down the radio. Turn up Underground. And call into this show instead of the radio station. Phillies Talk there. Brought to you by our awesome pals over at FOCO. Guys, there's no better way to rep your favorite Philadelphia Phillies than with our friends at FOCO. Go get your overalls. Go get your short talls. Gear up for the season. It's been a while since I've checked out the Phillies collection on FOCO's website. Let's take a look here at the Phillies on FOCO. MLB. And I mean, right now, FOCO site-wide, when you use code FOCO, deals 30% off site-wide. 30% off site-wide at FOCO when you use code FOCO deals. You can't beat that. They've got a pre-order already for Adolis Garcia bobblehead. They've got a really sweet Snoopy snow globe. They've got an awesome Ryan Howard, Kyle Schwarber 50 home run club bobblehead. They've got a Philadelphia Phillies Hello Kitty plush charm keychain. Oh, guys, they have a Team Skull mini bobblehead with the Phils. If you know me, you know I love skeletons. You know I love skulls. That is going to be a must-have for your boy. Holy moly guacamole. That is amazing. They've got the green pinstripe Phillies overalls and short talls for the ladies right now as well. I got to get the Brixels too for Citizens Bank Park. I have the link. I got to get the Citizens Bank Park one. Short Tall's right now on sale too. Short Tall's on sale. I might have to do some shopping here because holy moly, some great deals right now for your Philadelphia Phillies gear with our friends at FOCO. Use our link in the description and shop with our friends at FOCO. And like I said, you get 30% off right now site-wide when you use code FOCODEALS at checkout. This skeleton bobblehead is a must-have for your boy. That is a must-have. Do they have this for the Eagles too? If they have this for the Eagles too, I might flip my lid in excitement. I might. Oh, it's sold out. Oh, I'm gutted. Oh, I'm gutted. Team Skull Mini Bobble. I'm gutted. Oh, the Eagles one is so good. I'm shattered. I have to get the Phillies one. Use the link in the description, though. Shop with our friends at FOCO. And we thank FOCO for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. The 76ers on a nice little win streak right now. 2 in a row after a week off. Beat the Knicks and the Mavericks in a back-to-back, no less. Winning in a back-to-back for the Sixers is the ultimate win for this team right now. No Joel Embiid on Saturday, but they take down the Knicks fresh off their NBA Cup title on Friday. No Joel Embiid in that game. Paul George was back, though. Not his best game, 7 points in that one, but Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe continued to be stellar. Jared McCain had a solid game. Andre Drummond was great. Dominic Barlow back. He's playing well. And the Sixers win 116-107 up in New York. And then on Saturday, when your boy was there, your boy was at the game on behalf of this company called Players Pins. And I implore you guys to go follow them on social media because there's going to be a lot of content featuring your boy coming out from Players Pins from the 76ers game. They had a sweet giveaway of these awesome pins. And if you're a collectibles fan like I am, and this is not an ad, but their pins look exactly like the players. And to me, as a collector of, sports memorabilia and stuff, there's a lot of stuff out there that does not look like the players whatsoever. These pins look exactly like Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, Paul George, Jared McCain, and VJ Edgecombe. They looked awesome. And the Sixers balled out. Dominic Barlow, 21 points on Saturday night. Tyrese Maxey, 38 points. VJ Edgecombe, 26 points. Adem Bona, 10 points and 8 rebounds. 12 points for Jared McCain. The boys balled out on Saturday night, and they win 121-114 over Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and the Dallas Mavericks. Just an awesome performance. They played extremely well, and shout out to Players Pins. They had myself and CFO Margie out there filming some content with the giveaway that will be on their social channels soon that I'm excited to see it all come to life the way that they want it. But it was an absolute privilege and an honor to kind of work on behalf of Players Pins at the game, kind of out of my comfort zone a little bit. I don't typically do man on the street type content, but it was a lot of, interview type stuff in person, which is not my overall. And by interview in person, I mean, kind of just pulling people as they're coming in. And normally I'm a sit down interview guy. Obviously, if you listen to the show, you know how we do interviews on here and how comfortable we are with those. So it was something to get me out of my comfort zone. I kind of, had to think on my feet and really hone in on what I wanted the content to look and feel like. And, there were moments where it was hiccups and I was, definitely nervous in a way because you want to get things done for a company that you're working for. It's not like I'm working for Underground and it's like, oh, we can, get the content. If we don't, we can just scrap the idea. No, we're working on behalf of somebody. So to want to fulfill what they wanted, as well as getting good content and being the perfectionist I am, just trying to make sure it all worked out as seamlessly as possible, was definitely it was nerve-wracking. And, that's not a bad thing, but, you learn a lot on the fly, and being able to learn in the moment of what, I was able to accomplish was pretty cool. And I got to, sit and watch the game with my mom, which is always a fun time no matter what sport. And we got to watch the Sixers win over the Mavericks and kind of keep in tune with what the Birds were doing as they were on their way to an NFC East title. But shout out to Players Pins. Hopefully not the last time you'll be hearing of them on these airwaves, and, seeing me in conjunction with them. Don't worry, this does not mean the podcast is going anywhere. It's just we would love to work with Players Pins. I'm putting it out there. We would love to work with them as a partner on the show. So to be able to go and shoot content on behalf of them and kind of get my name in their universe was pretty cool. And the way that we were able to accomplish a lot and still getting some stuff edited up for them, really cool stuff. So shout out to Players Pins. Shout out to the Sixers. They keep hooping. 2 in a row here. Their next game on Tuesday at home against Brooklyn. Then they're in Chicago on Friday. OKC on Sunday. And then they are in Memphis on Tuesday the 30th for the final game of their 2025 portion of the 2025-2026 season before they play on New Year's Day down in Dallas against the aforementioned Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Saturday, January 3rd, they're in New York again to play the Knicks. And then they're home for 2 games against the Nuggets and the Wizards before they go down to Orlando, then go up to Toronto for 2 straight games in Toronto. That's very weird. And then they come home for 2 straight games against the Cavs. That's also very weird. NBA schedule, man. It is an interesting beast. But you know what is pretty cool? Our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Guys, there's no better way to stand out in the crowd than with our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Whether you're going down to Xfinity Mobile Arena to catch the Sixers, to watch the Flyers, going to the Link to watch the Birds, gearing up for spring training in the Phils, gearing up for the Union, or you want to rep your favorite Philly sports podcast in Underground Sports Philadelphia, PHI Apparel Company's your place to do it. With their unique designs for all, there's no doubt in our minds you will stand out in the crowd. Go to phiapparel.co or use the link in the description. And when you go to check out, use code UNDERGROUND. You get 10% off your next merch order from our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Again, that's phiapparel.co, code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order. And stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Last bit here, we'll talk some Fly guys. The Flyers. Unfortunate loss to the Rangers in the shootout on Saturday. They did not beat the Sabres. That was an unexpected loss in my book on Thursday. So they're coming off a convincing win against the Canadiens and lose 2 straight. They obviously get the point against the Rangers, but tough 2-game stretch here. They play at home on Monday against the Canucks. That should be a winnable game. The Canucks are pretty bad, but they have won 4 in a row. Flyers right now are 1 point off of being an actual playoff team. Right now they're the top wild card with 41 points, I think. There's a lot of teams with 41 points. What does the standings say here? The NHL standings. Let's see what the NHL website says. Yeah, so the Flyers are the first wild card right now. It's them and the Devils, which, fuck the Devils. But, they're right behind the Islanders. They're right behind the Capitals. They're not far off the Hurricanes, although the Hurricanes are, I think, a better team. the Flyers are also, they have 2 games in hand with New York and Washington. They've played 36 games. The Flyers played 34. I don't know. I'm still very much enjoying Flyers hockey. Even with a tough loss to the Rangers, even with a weird loss to Buffalo, like, I'm still very much enjoying Flyers hockey. They're 17, 10, and 7. A little bit of a rough go here, 3-3-4 in their last 10, but, like, they're a fun team, guys, and I can't stress it enough that they are just a fun team, and they deserve your time to a degree, depending on how much you want to invest in them, but I am surely telling you that I'm having fun watching the Philadelphia Flyers right now, from Zegras to Michkov to the goaltending. Who would have thought we'd have fun watching goaltending in Philadelphia without a grade A goalie? Vladar has been great. Urson's been solid as your number 2. We're playing good hockey, and Ristolainen is back, and that's a huge get back for the defense. It's a bummer that Tyson Forster is out for the year. That's a huge blow to the offense, but I still think this team is going to be in the mix. I think they're going to be, when it's all said and done, I think they're going to be a playoff team, and that's exciting to think about. As we gear up for the new year, we are going to be talking Philadelphia Flyers on this show. Think about that. Think about how far we have come over the past few years, on this program, talking Flyers hockey and where we have been. We had the big moment of Michkov being the draft pick and all that good stuff. But, like, we're talking actual Flyers hockey on the show on a pretty consistent basis, and I think that is a testament to where this team is right now and where they are going to continue to go. So I'm excited, and best believe, when the calendar turns to 2026, you will be hearing Flyers talk on these airwaves. So if you're a Flyers fan, gear up. We're going to have some fun the stretch of this hockey season. I think we're in for a treat with this Flyers team. If I had to book it my own self, I would say this Flyers team is going to be a delight down the stretch, and they're going to be a lot of fun to follow along with, a lot of fun to root for, and they have nothing to lose. This is year 2 of a rebuild, and right now they are in a playoff spot, which is pretty awesome, if you ask me. So it's like they're not even in their final form yet, and they're pushing for the playoffs. So let's keep it rolling, boys. The orange and the black, baby. That is all I've got for you guys on this one. Make sure you're following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're on every social platform. Please help us get to 4,000 followers on Twitter, 2,000 followers on Instagram. We're so close to both. So keep following us. We're on TikTok. Want to get to 500 followers on TikTok. We're pretty close to that as well. Facebook, LinkedIn, we're on everything. So follow us. Subscribe to the pod. Please. All I want this holiday season is for you, and even you to subscribe to the pod on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. Goes a long way for helping us continue to grow, guys. So please subscribe. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, and smash that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. We're at 1,177 subscribers as of this recording, which means we're 23 subscribers away from our next 100 subscriber milestone, and we are 53 subscribers away from doubling our entire subscriber count from all of 2024. So if you want this to be our biggest year on YouTube yet, subscribe. Help us hit those milestones. 53 more of you to subscribe before the end of the year. I think we can do it. We have about 2 weeks. Let's make it happen. youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. And as you all know, this here show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And guys, whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. and their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 805, a hat and shirt game. It's a hat and t-shirt episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia. NFC East champions back to back, baby. Let's go. Feels good, man. Feels good. It's a hats and t-shirt episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Here's the deal for everybody also. If you got to this part of the episode, you'll know. If not, be a friend, tell a friend. I'm going to record the pod on Tuesday this week. I know it's weird the way that things fell this year for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I'm going to record on Tuesday for this show. That way, the show will drop Wednesday morning. People still going to work, people still driving around and everything, and then it'll be out early in relative terms, and then the episode won't get lost in the Christmas Day shuffle. So I'm going to record on Tuesday this week, so you'll have an episode drop on Wednesday. So you'll have the episode Monday. This episode here that you're listening to is Monday, and then you will have an episode drop on Wednesday this week rather than Thursday. That way I'm not overly stressing on Christmas Day and all that jazz of an episode getting out, an episode not doing well, all that good stuff. So we're working on all that. If you're an OTB listener, we'll be recording on Friday, and then the episode will drop on Saturday morning. And then I think the house show, I'm going to try to record that on Tuesday with Pitts. That way it's all settled and will drop on its regularly scheduled Friday drop. But other than that, that's all I know recording schedule-wise. Get in the Hole is on hiatus until the new year as we look for our new hosts. Streamer season will probably also be back in the new year, if not a little before, but we're working on bringing that back in a proper way. And Top Binge should be back, if not this week, then next week after Christmas. So stay tuned. That's why you got to follow us on the socials. But this has been a hats and t-shirts episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday, Christmas Eve, with a new episode. But until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here. I'm signing off. And as always, it's Go Birds, dickhead. Peace.